Hello, and welcome to the Vault of Results podcast with me, your host, Alex Veng. I've got a good one for you today, all about imposter syndrome. Let's start with a question. Do you ever feel like a fraud? Like you have no business giving advice or charging money for what you do? Like any minute now, someone's going to pull back the curtain and expose you for the clueless amateur that you secretly believe you are. Yeah, that's called imposter syndrome. And if you let it, it will choke the life out of your business, your success, and your confidence. Here's what's wild. Imposter syndrome doesn't just hit beginners. It hits the experts too. People who've been in the game for years. You think millionaires don't second guess themselves? You think top athletes don't have days where they feel like they're stuck? The difference is they don't let those thoughts dictate their actions. And that's the shift that you need to make. Imposter syndrome is not a sign that you're not ready. It's a sign that you're growing. If you never feel like an imposter, you're not playing big enough. You're too comfortable. You're not pushing your limits. Because the second you start stretching beyond what feels safe, that little voice in your head, it starts whispering, "Who do you think you are?" And most people listen to it. They let that voice keep them small. They convince themselves they need one more certification, one more year of experience, one more whatever, before they can really own their expertise. And the brutal truth is that moment never comes. Because it's not about how much you know, it's about how much you believe in what you know. You don't need more credentials. You just need a perspective shift. So here it is. You are already an expert to someone. Let me say that again. You are already an expert to someone. And you don't have to be the best in the world to be valuable. You just have to be ahead of the person that you're helping. Let me break this down for you. If you know how to get from point A to point B, and someone else is stuck here at point A, well, guess what? You can be their guide because you've been from point A to point B. You know how to get to point B. That's all that it takes. Nobody's asking you to be the god or elite in your industry. You just need experience and you just need to help them solve their problem. So here's what you do. First, stop waiting for confidence to show up before you take action. Confidence doesn't come before action. It comes from action. You don't wake up one day feeling like you've got everything figured out. You build that belief by doing. The more you do, the more proof you give yourself that you're capable. Because confidence isn't a switch, it's a muscle. And you grow your confidence muscle by putting in reps. Okay, another thing you do is you could document your wins. Your brain is a liar. Sorry to tell you, but it is. It will tell you that you've never done anything impressive, that you have no proof, that you're no good at what you do. But when you start actually keeping track of the results that you've helped someone get, I'm talking every thank you message, every transformation you've facilitated, you'll create an undeniable bank of evidence to prove to yourself and your brain, which lies, that you actually know your stuff. Keep it in a folder, save your screenshots, remind yourself daily that you do have what it takes. You do. You've got what it takes. Another thing you can do, stop comparing your behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel. I'm sure you've probably heard this before, but social media is a weapon of mass delusion. You're seeing the polished version of everyone else's success while sitting in the messy middle of your own journey. Of course, it looks like they've got it all figured out. Okay, but here's what you're not seeing. You're not seeing their doubt. You're not seeing their failures. You're not seeing the hundreds of times that they themselves wanted to quit. All you're seeing is the finished product. So stop measuring yourself against a fake standard. And here's another thing you could do. Here's the biggest one. You can own your own expertise. Own your expertise right now. Not when you feel ready, right now. Not when some invisible committee grants you permission, right now. Because you have something valuable to share and someone out there is waiting for you to step up and own it. Every second you spend doubting yourself is a second you're not helping them. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. So here's what you need to do next. Pick one thing today that you've been hesitating to do because of this imposter syndrome. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to do it anyway. Launch the offer, post the content, deliver the webinar, whatever it is, take the damn step. And if you need more help getting out of your own way, well, I've got something for you. Inside of Fearless Webinar Academy, I've got an entire repository of ChatGPT prompts that you can use to write all the copy you're going to need to set up your webinar. Maybe it's a webinar that's been holding you back. Maybe you're scared because there's a lot of tech setup involved in creating a webinar. Use my ChatGPT prompts, take care of all of that tech headache, all the copy, everything is written for you. It's completely free and it's built to help you stop second guessing yourself and to start owning your expertise. The link is in the description. Go grab that. That's all for today. No more waiting, no more overthinking, no more playing small. You've got this. Now go prove it. And I'll see you in the next one.